It's track reviews.
Hey everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. It's time for a track review. Some thoughts on a brand new song, a brand new single from Dorian Electra, pop singer and songwriter who is responsible for one of my favorite records of 2019, one of my favorite records of the 2010s, Flamboyant. Look up the review. I have lots of praise for the album. Can't say enough nice things about the record, especially songs like Career Boy and Man to Man. Love those tracks, total bangers. And I'm hoping that Dorian is coming through with yet another banger on this new single over here. I don't know what Dorian's release plans are for 2020, especially during the pandemic and everything. I know that they had to cancel some tour dates as a result of this whole thing. I had a discussion recently with Dorian in an interview as well, and some interesting things came to light in that. I highly recommend that you check that out. We will link it in the description box down below if you want to know more about Dorian and their creative process, and I guess a bit of the philosophy that goes into the music. Let's get to it. Sorry, Bro, I Love You is the title of this new single, which, knowing Dorian, I can already guess, like, some of the gender play that's going to go into this, maybe the message that's going to come out of it as well, but I guess we will see once I start to play it. So, Dorian Electra, Sorry Bro, I Love You, ba-bam. That was good. That was fun. And I love that Dorian packed a full-length song structure into that 1 minute and 27-second track. I mean, usually you would have to skimp on a few things, and the verses on this track are pretty short. Super short verses. The hook is pretty brief as well, but still, nearly every element of a solid song structure is absolutely here. Not much of an outro, nothing I heard in terms of a bridge or anything really, but there are some choruses, pre-choruses, and like I said, the verses are there, and while they are brief, they are solid. Again, not surprised to hear some of the themes coming out of this track. Given Dorian's past work, given the title of this song, the theme of this track rings to me as being somewhat similar to Man to Man, being like this male aggression type of song and being against that in a sense, and advocating for things like, softening up, bro, getting in touch with our feelings, man. And this track is essentially about men not having to be afraid to say, bro, I love you, and appreciate your bros. There's truly an untapped audience for this. As far as I can see, in the queer community, Dorian is absolutely murdering it right now, absolutely murdering it. But it's funny how they will literally be writing songs that, the appeal, the theme, the sentiment is pointed directly at men. Obviously, again, there's a gender bent quality to it, and anybody can listen to it and enjoy it. You don't need to be a guy, but obviously Dorian is playing with masculine themes here that guys more than anybody would be able to directly relate to, with bars like, I'm always thinking of you every day, and when I try to look to you, you look away. Sometimes it's hard to find the words I want to say. Every day I feel like you fading, having concern for your fellow bro, and feeling that, that turn away because of that toxic masculinity, preventing them from loving you back. As far as the instrumental goes, it's your typical bubblegum bass affair. It's somewhat glitchy, it's heavy, it's kind of distorted, it's flamboyant, it's colorful, like many tracks off of Flamboyant itself, but not nearly as extravagant or as decorated as many songs off of that record, which I think is because the song is so short. Really my biggest criticism is that I wish it was longer. I wish it had more to say. While Dorian has approached this topic somewhat before, I feel like a longer track, a more robust message here would be absolutely necessary. But super catchy all around, fun, entertaining to listen to, lots of personality. Dorian's still essentially at the top of their game. Nothing really negative, overly negative to say about this track. Nothing entirely new, not saying that we are seeing a new page being turned in Dorian's career here. If anything, this track could have been like a bonus song off of Flamboyant. It's so similar in sound and vibe and theme to many songs off of that record. But, I mean, that is a fantastic record, and Dorian is a one-of-a-kind artist, and I feel like anything that sort of scratches that itch right now is not necessarily a bad thing. Can't complain about that. So digging this track, loving it. Give it a try. We will link you guys to it somewhere down below too, so you can hear it for yourselves. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Make sure to check out that interview I alluded to earlier, and we will see you in the next one. Anthony Fantano, Dorian Electra, sorry bro, I love you, forever.